Hello, my crafty friends. This is Lori, Girl on the Ridge. I have a quick flip through of a journal and some other little tips I'd like to share with you. This journal is by far the hardest journal I've had to make. Look, it even closes just about. It'll have a seam binding closure. This is for a friend who wanted to write in it. So I really had to pull back on the embellishments, and oh my goodness. So there's vintage lace and some vintage wedding dress. This was from Pinterest. And just the little rosettes. And this is some Prima paper on a glass envelope reinforced with Tyvek. And I made probably like a 1.5 inch spine. It's only a one signature, but I wanted to make sure she had enough room. So this is one of the snippets that I showed that I was supposed to be getting ready for a fire inspection, and Paula Lemon had a picture she posted of these snippets on Junk Journal Junkies, so I spent the day making them instead. And somebody had asked, well, what do you do with them? Well, and I'll show you some other things after. I make a little tuck spot. So the first one I put in here, and I back them on, well, these were library cards I had. So that makes it a nice little tuck. Paper I use is from Dreams, etc. And I just really pulled back. She liked aqua and green. So I did some script stamping, some tabs, some music paper. And there's a little pocket so she can write and put things in there. And different ephemera and just a little collage piece. And like I said, she liked turquoise, so I want to say it was Tracy, I can't remember, who showed the curved paper clips. Oh, they were so fun. So I did them the other night and just put some a turquoise, part of a necklace that I took apart. They're a little tricky to get on though, but they are really cute. And just some tags and an envelope for more writing spots. This was hard. And just look at all that writing spot. I was watching Yvonne. She had one, and what caught me was she goes, "This is how a junk journal is supposed to be." So I was reviewing her video, and it showed like maybe every 5 pages were blank. So I tried to model it after that. It's a writing spot. And this was an old book I had, but I really liked the barn. And then there's some writing paper in there. I'll just stick them in here. And this was Tsunami Rose, and I just put some seam binding. Couldn't help myself. This was a little bead I'd made. Dingle. And it's just a flip up for some extra writing, and there's a little tuck spot behind there. She can tuck something in. And little packet. Another little note. And this was just some paper that I had left over from the cover that I just put some more ephemera and stuff that she could write on in the back. It does label. I'm going to include the writing board that I seen Gail do. With just some hard cardstock. There's just some pretty little booklets. Tried to keep everything as flat as possible. And that's one of my altered paper clips. And just some writing paper. Another little envelope. This is the center. I really did it with the turquoise. And this was just an envelope I tore apart and then just made a tuck spot. And there's a tuck in there. Just gotta angle it to get it out. Little book. Little booklet. Little seed pack. And then you have Nectar Creations, Letter to Rose. Some of her. And then over here is a Katrina. doily. It's really, this blank paper is really, oh dear. And there's just, this was actually, I have the original primer, and I just shrunk it down and took copies of it. And shared that with her. And that was from Ephemera. That little girl is so cute. Oop, I forgot to put something in there. I'll put something in there. Little Tiffany. And this is on a bag. Tsunami Rose. And then just an envelope. Another little booklet. And some more writing spots. And this, does it slip up? Oop, nope, I glued that down. Another little envelope that's just sewn on. I flipped it up. And then another little writing booklet. Little altered card with that glued down on that with a little flower. And just a little piece of paper, Prima paper I had. And writing. And then just a little Tiffany stamp. Another little pocket, another little writing spot. Music paper. And then I just left it with a bag that she could put more stuff in it. So this was my hardest book ever. But it came out pretty nice. So there should be plenty of room to write on. And the other thing I wanted to share with you was the snippets I had made. A couple questions. What do you do with them? So let me get these out. These are the ones that I made. And I just literally was sitting at my desk and just took a handful of different curtains and just doilies and handkerchief and just little odds and ends. And that's another one. I like leaving the long pieces, and I'll show you why in a second. The other one, like this one. I leave this here because usually I'm going to put a picture on it. I added the dango just a little while ago, and I'll put this little picture. And I mean, it's okay if you put a picture there. I personally like the picture being held by something. So if it gets tucked in there, you have the little, I don't know, something for it to set on. And I always go off to one side. And even if this heart wasn't there, I would have put it like maybe that way. And then, and then the tuck spot, I put them in a piece of paper. Put them in, I like to use them like this and put things under. I just put the glue, around this way and leave, you don't have a lot. I mean, I could have some a little bigger, but I like the way they look like this. And then you can put a big tag under there. You can also, you can make, no, not really. I make mine to hang down that way. And then like this one, if I put that down here on the bottom, yeah, I guess you can also put it on the bottom and let it hang out of your journal. So those are what I do with them. And then I took a bunch of library cards and I just started doing the same thing, just collaging them on here. And what I do with them is I end up taking a little picture and then making my little bag journals. Like something like this, I would take, probably, let's go with this little picture. This little picture, I always angle it. Get one of my bags, and there you go. You already got a cover. I might add a little seam binding, but it's all set to go. And I have a couple, but I also, when I was waiting, I did a whole bunch because I like to have these done and just grab them and go. I had some small ones done, and then I just did a bunch. Just sat there and glued these onto some library cards I had. You can do index cards, but they're ready to go. If I'm somewhere that I have to be, I'll grab a handful of little snippets and then just with my glue, and there you go. Just do a couple at a time, and then you'll have a nice stash. So that's how I do them. And then I had, oh dear, everybody was doing these beads. So I was sitting there the other night, and I just got a bunch of the ball pins. And again, I just like to have a stash because I was getting kind of low. And I just got I gotten a lot of beads and stuff because I was going to make jewelry years ago. So I'm just using the stuff that I have. Some are big, some are small. Just used, I think, well, there's been a number of videos. Just use the straight pin, and I put them on my little ball clips. Just all different colors. But those are really fun to have. Some are a little big. But I got that stash. So I've been making them. And the other thing I wanted to show you. Oh, this is a custom order for Terry. Don't look if you want to be surprised. How I use the snippets again. This will be a pocket here, and then a pocket over there. And then in the back of the book, or in the middle, I did another and put it on the bottom. And then actually I made a corner snippet and then just put that so you could tuck things in there. I think that's all I used in there. Oh, no, I got another big one back here. I love how they hang. Because this will be a 2 signature book. And then you'll see little snippets hanging from the bottom of the book. I love that look. So you can use them that way also. And I think that is, somebody had asked me about my books and coming up with a story. And I'm doing 2 books now, besides the custom order. The next 2 books are going to be my prairie books. And I had gotten 2 sets from Artie Mays. I got the dragonflies, and then she had one cooking to travel or travel to cook. So I mixed those kits up, and this is how I decide on a theme for my book. And got my pages together, and I mixed the cooking one with the dragonfly. And I'll tell you why. Because this is going to be the colors are beautiful. They really match. And this is going to be, the wagon train. We're heading out on the wagon train and starting in a new land. And one of the girls is going to be opening a restaurant. So that's kind of going to be the story. I kind of go by what catches my eye as far as the paper line. And then this little book from Teresa LaFrance that I've gotten, I keep a list of names. And we're going to be on Betsy and Rebecca. So I kind of go like that. And as far as the story, I'll look at the pictures, maybe pick out 2 to 3 points that I want to make, beginning, middle, and the end of the book, and then I just wing it from there. So it's just to have fun. Just have fun. And of course the papers are gorgeous. And I can't wait to see how these come together. These are going to be fun. So that's my thought process on getting some my books ready and my pages. And I think I will show you if you're interested. Leave a comment below if you want to see more of a process of how I lay some of my pages out. I can show you that if there is an interest. I don't want to bore you guys. So I think that's it. I think I took up enough of your time. And that's it. Oh, this is a little bag I decorated for the front of my little bag journals. Isn't that cute? Okay, so you guys have a good night, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.